even just the wet tropics has so many animals that are only there. Nowhere else in Australia, nowhere else in the world. There's so many species of like marsupials and stuff. The wet tropics makes up 0.1% of Australia.
Yeah.
But it has 50% of the animal species in Australia.
Wow.
So 50% of the animals in Australia can be found there. Yeah, so
it's 0.1%.
Yeah, it's 0.1% of the land. So beautiful place, so biodiverse, so many animals there. Tasmania, I would say, is by far the most unique state in Australia. Yeah. I'm talking in terms of everything. The wildlife, yeah, the nature, yeah, but everything. It's so unique. Yeah, the people, the buildings, the environment, so unique.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of the Ummah Unplugged. Today we have a very interesting guest, very interesting. We'll get into deep topics, very interesting things to learn from him. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hi, man.
Salam, man. Alhamdulillah.
Remind me of your name, Gabriel Redback, huh?
Gabriel Redback, that's the one. Don't forget it.
Explain who is Gabriel Redback in your own words.
Gabriel Redback is a traveler, an explorer. So I go around searching for rare animals, unique animals, just animals in general. And I try to stay true to myself and really just talk about the things that interest me, you know, and hopefully it interests a lot of other people as well.
So far, where have you traveled within Australia?
So in Australia, I've been to every state except for Western Australia. I've been to South Australia. I've been to Uluru. I've been to, far northeast Queensland. I've been to all of Queensland, really. I've been to New South Wales, inland New South Wales, Tasmania, Victoria. So, yeah, I've traveled to most of Australia.
Queensland ticked off. Except Western Australia, I ticked off. Except the desert, the territory.
Yeah, now Western Australia, I'll still got to go there.
Yeah. What sparks that moment for you to travel? What do you say?
It's a good question. Well, what sparked it is my interest in animals. And when you're interested in animals, you have to travel. You have to go and find them. Like the famous saying from Marco Polo, we must go see for ourselves. As in, even though I know it's out there, even though I've seen it before on camera or anything, I want to go. I want to be the one to go out there and see it for myself in person, because that's the only way you can have a true experience with something and truly appreciate it.
Now I recognize that. Correct lasagna is.
You cheeky. That's the one.
What do you recall as your first encounter with animals that you really loved? Like you would say the earliest encounter of an animal, or whatever it is, of nature. I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
So it'd have to be when I was a kid and I lived in Marylands, had a decent sized property, big backyard. And we're pulling into the driveway one day. I was really young, maybe like 3 years old, 4 years old, don't remember. But we pulled up into the driveway and our driveway goes through the backyard, So when we got out of the car, this was a bit past sunset. And we saw on the swing was like big white owl.
Really?
Yeah.
In Maryland?
Yeah, in Maryland. You don't see them often.
No, you never see them.
And I remember as a kid, like, when you're a kid, your imagination goes wild and everything is just 10 times cooler.
Yeah.
Because of your imagination. So when I looked at that owl, it was just insane to me. It just looked like an angel.
Yeah.
It was massive and white, really, really white. And I remember looking at that, I was like, wow, that's just insane to see that.
Yeah. And they're so quiet, owls as well.
Yeah, it's so lucid. He was just sitting there staring at us. And I was so curious, like, what is this animal? Imagine what the rest of the world has. That's just what's in front of me now.
One of many species of owls.
Exactly. Yeah. And in general, like animals in general, imagine that's just what I've seen there. Imagine the rest of the world, what there is.
Yeah. And that was in the city as well, Maryland, in the heart of.
Yeah. Nothing's really there. Well, I lived next to a park, actually. Yeah. So that must have been why. Yeah, I lived right next to.
That's the one with the stadium they built, yeah? The new one, the Mackins.
No, I live right on Marylands Park.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So literally,
They have this one that has the eels and stuff in the end. There's like a section of it that has eels all the way at the back where the
can't remember. All I remember is cricket balls flying over the fence every day because everyone played cricket at the park.
Yeah.
They were always finding cricket balls there. It was dangerous.
It's dangerous. One window broken.
They put a fence there, but it did nothing. But the ball just goes right on the end.
What was one person that you watch in terms of something, let's say a documentary or TV series, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what? Even though I like birds, or something that interested you in terms of whatever you watched, what was that show?
So it would have to be like Steve Backshot, Deadly 60. That was like the only show I really watched in terms of animals growing up, because that's what was free. Channel 23, turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Before and after school, I'll, get up and watch that. And that did so much for me in terms of inspiration. Like seeing him get up close and personal with so many different animals, it opened my mind, it broadened my perspective of what's out there in the world. And I really saw him as like a really big role model for me. But it'd have to be Deadly 60.
Yeah, Deadly 60. What was one animal that you really liked in Deadly 60? I remember there was like the snakes. I used to watch that a lot as well. The snakes.
Yeah,
he did a lot of the snake explorings.
Yeah, but he did a lot of everything, man. That guy's crazy. I love him.
He did sharks as well, didn't he?
Yeah. You know what? I would say that. Like, he did great white sharks. There's an episode where he like dragged a fake seal on a boat. So the boat was speeding and dragging a fake seal, and the great white just flew right out of the water.
Yeah, it flew out of the boat, and it's on a boat moving, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. That was just made it a regular day, man. Yeah, bro. No, the sharks was a big thing for me when I was growing up. Like this, like
sharks, it's scary. Sharks are scary. Yeah, so they have a lot. That's actually in like Bondi area, Brighton area.
Sharks. Yeah.
I don't even realize it.
Oh, there's so many sharks everywhere.
Yeah.
They're actually becoming more and more rare.
Yeah, but
a lot of sharks are endangered. No, they're endangered. Yeah, great white sharks endangered, mako sharks endangered. So most of them are endangered.
What's going on there?
Yeah, endangered. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. In terms of you traveling, let's start with Uluru. Going to Uluru, how did you prepare? How was it like? How long did you stay for? Just go through the whole traveling, the whole process. Yeah.
So it was really a spontaneous trip. It was probably, I think it was like 2 days before I left. I booked the tickets, and I just decided, I want to go. I think tickets are cheap.
Yeah.
So why not, bro? It's right here. So I just booked it. And in terms of packing things, I really just took my camera gear and torches and things like that. I'm very simple when I pack. I pack light ads.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't pack too much. Pack a bit of food and that's it, really. And I'll research a lot about what the animals that are there. And then, I had a plan. I'm going to walk here, walk there, search here.
Yeah.
And then, I went there and thoroughly enjoyed it, man. It was really good.
What animal did you, when you research, what animal did you really want to see over there?
I really want to see the pink cockatoos.
Oh, yeah, the Major Mitchell.
Yeah, Major Mitchell's, yeah.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Did you end up seeing?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. There was a lot of them there.
Yeah.
And they're endangered. Everything's endangered, man. Yeah. Oh, beautiful bird.
Yeah.
The sound they make, insane.
They're massive as well, aren't they?
No, they're actually considered like a medium-sized cockatoo.
Yeah,
so they're smaller than the sulfur crescent cockatoo.
Yeah, the white ones.
Yeah, they're a bit smaller.
So they're decent size.
Oh, beautiful birds, man. Like their crest, or, their mohawk. It's got this beautiful red and pink, yellow contrast. Yeah.
You don't see them much in Sydney.
You don't see them at all.
Yeah.
They live in the arid and semi-arid environments. I only really find them in there.
What other animals did you see?
I saw like sand goannas, a lot of lizards there. Saw rabbits, cinnamon was there. I'm trying to think what else I saw. There wasn't too much because I went in summer.
Yeah.
And in summer, when it's really hot, it was like in the high 40s. When it gets really hot in summer, a lot of the animals will hide during the day. So it's too hot for them to handle. They'll just dig and go under the sand or hide in the shelter. They just won't be as active as men.
And it's all barren land, so it's not like trees where they can hide. And
There's actually more trees than I thought.
yeah.
That's one thing that I didn't expect when I went there. Is there's a lot of trees, and I didn't expect that.
What kind of trees? But there won't be eucalyptus trees, were there?
Yeah, there was, but there was actually a lot of pine trees.
Pine trees. Yeah, because pine trees are the ones that really survived.
They actually not. It's actually the opposite. Like, it's really unique that there's pine trees in the desert.
Are you thinking about the same tree? You know, the ones in the prehistoric times, the really tall, spiky ones?
Nah, not like that. It's like similar, but these pine trees, like, their roots have to go really, really deep to get the water source. So it's really weird for them to be in the deserts, but they survive, you know.
Any camels?
Nah.
No.
There are camels there. I've seen footprints and poo.
Apparently, they're overpopulated.
Yeah.
Camels.
I think Australia has the most camels in the world. I'm pretty sure, yeah. There's so many camels here.
Any horses? No, there won't be any horses, would there? Feral horses.
Nah.
These?
I think so. No, there's nothing.
Nothing.
It's too hot. It's too dry.
Yeah.
It's like literally red sand there. Think of sand but red. Like that's the floor.
Yeah, and you said you went to Uluru as well because we were speaking about it before.
Yeah, I went to the rock. Yeah, the rock. Oh, amazing, man. You can't, like, photos don't do justice. You have to go.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's so much bigger than you think. It's huge in person. And there's a lot of life surrounding it as well.
Yeah.
There's like trees and plants and so many animals, so many birds of prey that live there. Surprisingly, there was no kangaroos.
No kangaroos.
No kangaroos. Apparently, there was a fire that went through the area many years ago, and the kangaroos just haven't returned since.
And I was watching a documentary on how they dissipate heat. They lick themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, because of the forest, it's renowned and very hot for them too.
Yeah, like, there's so many animals that literally just starve to death in the desert. It's that hot, and you go a very long time without water. So it's natural, but it happens. A lot of kangaroos will starve to death.
Yeah, and you said that it rained actually when you were there.
Yeah, surprisingly it rained when I was there. The first day,
Yeah.
it stormed. So the wind just picked up. It got really cool.
You were staying in the tent line?
Yeah, I was tenting it, yeah.
How was that in the middle of a storm?
It was all right. It wasn't too bad. You know, I went for a hike, and by the time I came back and the storm came, my tent was like on the other side.
No way.
It was like flipped upside down. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, fixed it up and went to bed that night. It was fine.
Yeah.
It just started sprinkling after that.
So it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was just really windy at the start.
It must have been really muddy after because the rain is very muddy. Isn't it? What, muddy, really muddy? Because I know when you take your car, you get past the Simpson Desert, you get past to Uluru. Yeah, and there's mud flats everywhere. Yeah, I don't know if the Simpson
Like
Desert.
Salt Lakes.
Yeah, Salt Lakes.
Yeah. No, it wasn't muddy at all. Like the water just evaporates so quick that it's so hot. It's so dry. Like
46, 47 degrees must be getting hot.
yeah, it's not that hot.
Yeah, what did you do for the heat?
Nothing, bro. You just gotta put up with it. Like I have a little scarf over my head.
Yeah.
Nah, not too much. I didn't even wear sunscreen. Shut up.
Really?
Yeah, didn't wear it. But I didn't get burnt.
You didn't get burnt?
Nah.
Must have.
I like the heat. I enjoy the heat. It's the cold I can't handle. But the heat's not too bad. I actually enjoy being really hot.
The good thing you went to the middle of Australia. Like you,
Yeah.
what's it like when you travel? You went from Sydney and then you through there,
Yeah.
to Bankstown Airport, or was it through
No, through
normal
domestic
airport?
Yeah.
It's expensive, isn't it?
No, cheap flights.
Or we're talking $30-40 or
No, it was like, I think round trip to 100 charges. It's not bad.
yeah. When you're flying over, you see a lot of terrain. You should have seen all of this.
Yeah, a lot of farms. That's what I say. A lot of farms until you get to the red center. You know, then it becomes all desert.
Yeah.
All desert. Until you get to you see the big rock. Yeah.
How close were you to Uluru?
I went there.
As in, like,
To the rock.
were you just right next to it when you were exploring, or was it?
Nah, you're far. So there's only one place you're allowed to be.
Yeah.
You catch the flight to the airport. When you get out of the airport, they put you on a bus, and the bus takes you to the sort of like town
Yeah.
that you stay at. And that's the only place you're really allowed to stay. Nowhere else. Yeah, nowhere else. They don't let you just wander off.
Is it because of safety reasons, or is it because?
I don't know. I don't know what the reasons are, but that's just how it is. You have to stay there. And where you're staying is actually pretty far from Uluru. You can't simply walk to the rock. It's too far and it's too hot. But you can see it. It's huge.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah, you have a good view. It's big.
So it's that big that you can see it from far away.
Yeah, but you have to catch another bus to go to it. And then you have to get a national park pass. And
There's a lot to it than to just going there and exploring.
Yeah,
There's a lot to actually consider in terms of getting permits and stuff.
yeah, no. It's simple, but yeah.
And then from after Uluru, when you go after that?
After Uluru, I went to South Australia.
South Australia.
So I flew to Adelaide, and then I rented a car, and I was just driving around everywhere.
Where'd you go in Adelaide?
I went to a lot of places in Adelaide. I went like inland, I went north. I went to a gorge there. And I was searching for, what was it? It was like a rare wallaby.
Yeah.
And I was searching for that. And I went at a bad time as well. It was summer.
Yeah.
You know, the middle of summer, it was very hot. And Adelaide was having heat waves at the time. And I didn't know.
Yeah.
And this is, it was like the driest summer that Adelaide had in like 50 years or something. This like, yeah, like there's like a bad drought going on. And I was there, I didn't expect it to be that hot. It was bad. It was really bad. It was worse than Uluru. Like,
Yeah, really.
It's really hot. Yeah, really, really hot.
How long were you in Adelaide or like South Australia for?
I was there for like maybe a week, yeah.
All in camping, or was it in the different places that you went and some of the
like
hotels and stuff like that?
No hotels.
No, so 1 week just full camp.
Yeah, it's full camping. Yeah. So I camped somewhere a couple of nights, drove around, camped there for a couple of nights.
What about food supply?
Food supply. So when I got off the airplane, when we rented the car, I went to Woolies, just grabbed all the food I needed, and went.
Yeah.
So grabbed things like tuna and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Water.
And then after South Australia,
Yeah.
what was next?
Where did I go? I think I went to Cairns.
Cairns.
Yeah.
When you doing Cairns?
Well, Cairns was the best trip I've had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I visited the Wet Tropics, of course, the rainforest there. It was amazing. Found so many animals there, so many rare animals there. It was the best trip.
Would you say it's like similar to Arizona forest? No?
So different, yeah. Very, very different.
It's not as
I would imagine. I haven't been to the Amazon, but I can imagine.
Yeah.
It would be very different.
Yeah, and then
The trees, the weather.
it would be probably more dense in the Amazon as well.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Uranium in the Amazon, more dense, more animals. But the animals here are so unique.
Yeah.
No, like the animals there, the world doesn't have.
Yeah, I think we have like animals that you can never, like koalas, you never see. There's nothing like them in the world.
And even just the Wet Tropics has so many animals that are only there. Nowhere else in Australia, nowhere else in the world. There's so many species of like marsupials and stuff. The Wet Tropics makes up 0.1% of Australia.
Yeah.
But it has 50% of the animal species in Australia.
Wow.
So 50% of the animals in Australia can be found there. Yeah, so
0.1%.
yeah, it's 0.1% of the land. So beautiful place, so biodiverse, so many animals there.
You end up going to the Big Barrier Reef?
Nah, dude.
No, you should have gone there.
I was too busy, man. I was too busy in the jungle. I like keeping my feet on the ground. I like water, but like not for now. In the future.
How long were you in Cairns for?
I was in Cairns for 8 days.
8 days.
8 days, I was there.
So you went for a good couple of days for each trip.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after Cairns, where'd you go?
After Cairns, I just got back from Tasmania.
Oh, you went to Tasmania.
Yeah.
How long were you in Tasmania for?
I was only there for maybe 5 days.
5 days.
5 days, yeah.
I heard Tasmania is rivers flow through it a lot in Tasmania.
There's a lot of creeks. Yeah, I saw a lot of saw a lot of water. What I'll tell you is Tasmania, I would say, is by far the most unique state in Australia. Yeah. I'm talking in terms of everything. The wildlife, yeah, the nature, yeah, but everything. It's so unique. Yeah, the people, the buildings, the environment, so unique. I felt like I was in another country.
Really?
Not that it is, but like it's so unique. It was freezing cold. It's so cold.
Yeah, it's always cold. I always see the weather. It's always cold and
freezing cold. The environment's so unique. So like unique animals.
What's unique to it compared to Sydney? What would you say is one thing that's like distinct?
Well, Hobart, I was in Hobart, and first of all, there's a lot of hills and mountains.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of old houses, old buildings. And the weather was a bit gloomy when I was there. So it felt like I was in Europe. Yeah. I didn't feel like I was in
the UK.
Yeah. I felt like I was in like Eastern Europe or something. Yeah. The buildings were really old. Yeah. So nice though. So nice. People were so friendly there.
Yeah.
And yeah, the terrain was beautiful.
Where'd you go in Tasmania? Like, what was the goal?
So I went there and I visited a sanctuary for birds. Yeah, birds of prey called Raptor Refuge.
Yeah.
And this refuge they specialize in birds of prey. Raptors, they're called.
Yeah.
So owls, eagles, hawks, they find these injured animals. People call up and say, oh, there's an injured bird here, or I hit this bird, or this bird's injured because of a power line.
Yeah.
And they will go there, they'll pick up the bird, and they'll nurse it back to health at their sanctuary, and then release it once it's better.
Yeah, it's just native. It's not like a zoo. It's just literally
only native animals, and it's there to educate people on these animals, and it's also there to nurse these animals and fix them up.
Yeah,
because there's so much wildlife injuries there in Tasmania. I saw so much roadkill there.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane. A lot of birds get injured because of power lines. So, for example, the eagle, when they're hunting, they're so focused on their prey that when they're flying, they can't even see the power lines and they fly right into them.
Yeah.
And it's a big, heavy bird going fast. So they tear up their wing.
Really?
Yeah, if no one helps them, they will die. And so many of the birds there, the birds of prey there, are endangered. Like the Tasmanian West-tailed eagle, like the Tasmanian masked owl. These animals are on the brink of extinction, really. And if we didn't have sanctuaries like this,
even here we have the wildlife rescue here.
Yeah,
you know, out towards Orange, Bathurst, you see all the sign for wildlife rescue. If you find that animal, wild or the injured animal on the road, always call them. Yeah, what was one bird that you stood out for you in the sanctuary?
There's a lot of birds there, a lot of beautiful birds. I love them so much, but it doesn't get much better than peregrine falcon.
Yeah, we have it in Australia.
Yeah. Most of the world has it.
Oh, really? So they're not natives to our country.
They are native.
Oh, okay.
They are natives, but they're just so special. Yeah. Fastest animal on the planet. There's no animal faster.
Yeah.
They dive at 390 kilometers per hour.
Really?
Yeah. 390. Yeah, they dive at the way they build, the way they shape.
Insane. In the beginning, you've got some competition, huh?
Yeah, bro. Nah, they're faster.
And they're smaller as well. They're not as big as the big ones, the big eagles.
Yeah, they're smaller. Yeah, they're much smaller. But they're just purpose-built for speed. Everything about them is purpose-built for speed. Like their nose, they have bones on the inside of their nose that work like the inlet cones of an airplane, of the jets. So it slows down wind so that they can breathe when they're diving at those speeds.
Yeah,
otherwise the wind would come in too quick and they can't breathe.
Yeah,
they would die.
I guess it'll be that 390 kilometers. It's really, very fast.
Yeah, very fast.
How everything is very perfect, huh?
Yeah.
And then that was about it. Was it until what? That was the most you've done in the last 6 months?
Yeah, you've done more. I've done a lot of stuff, but I just haven't posted a lot.
Yeah.
Like even in Sydney.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like Blue Mountains and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for the future, I've got a lot coming. I've got plans to travel the world.
Stay tuned, mate. I've got a lot coming.
Stay tuned for sure. I want to go to Lebanon. I want to go to Colombia. I want to go to the Congo. Like, everywhere. I'm going to go.
New Zealand. Don't forget
New Zealand. I love New Zealand.
It is so beautiful. I've seen videos. So beautiful.
And New Zealand's so unique because there's no snakes there.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no snakes, the birds have adapted and they evolved so differently because they don't need to be, I don't know how to explain it, but like,
they're not as vulnerable.
Yeah, and a lot of birds survive there only because of the fact,
so they're like kind of protected.
So yeah, there's so many unique birds there, like the kiwi.
Kiwi, yeah, I was going to say the kiwi.
Like there's so many unique birds there.
Yeah, it's insane. In terms of now you've travelled all of these parts of Australia, what's the most memorable moment in the travelling?
I would say when I was in Cairns.
Yeah.
And I found the Linroyd ring-tailed possum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the best.
How long did it take you to find it?
Took me 2 nights.
Yeah.
But I was over the moon when I found it, man. Like, such a good feeling. Yeah, I can't describe it. It was raining. It was late at night when I found it. As happy as I was actually a little bit sad because I realized this animal, this possum, it's so unique, so special, you know. No one's out here looking for it.
Yeah.
No one cares. And they've predicted that by 2050, there's going to be none. Like, they've predicted by 2050, there's no more left.
Yeah.
They're going to be extinct. They're going to be extinct, you know. So imagine there's only like 25 years left of this animal being on the planet.
Yeah.
And like, no one really cares. I'm the only one out there looking for it at the time.
Yeah.
It's just a bit sad, you know.
Yeah, you said there was like, what, 2,000 left?
Something like that. I don't know the exact estimates, but but they're rapidly declining because of heat, you know, more heat waves.
Yeah. But in terms of finding it, how would you find it? Like, what's the technique?
So obviously you go to where they are first off. And then I'll have like a headlamp.
Yeah.
And I'll turn on a low setting. So there's just a bit of light coming out. And that way you'll see their eyes reflecting back into yours. And you can spot them like much easier than if you were just blasting a powerful light. You wouldn't really get as much reflection. So I'll do that. I'll turn on this light. I'll just get looking around. And eventually I'll just spot tiny little eyes like deep in the canopy. Yeah. And that's when I'll know I found something.
And then wouldn't the light scare them in terms of
the light? No. They've adapted and they have a defense mechanism. Yeah. So when they hear you or when you put the light on them, they'll just freeze up. Yeah. So they'll just try to be still. So naturally, when they're preyed upon by owls and they're moving, they'll freeze up and stop if they hear something, so that no animal would detect them. You know, they think, stop, you won't see me. Yeah. Wow. So, which is good for me. Yeah, so when I turn on the light, I get a good video of that. Good. Yeah. Hold it there for like that long. I try not to do it for too long, you know. I want to let them go about their business, you know. Yeah. They've only got the night time to eat, so. Yeah.
Is there anything else you get encountered in the rainforest? In that rainforest?
So much. I found, what's it called? Tree kangaroos.
Tree kangaroos?
Yeah. Kangaroos that have adapted to live in the tree. They've become arboreal. So they don't look too much like a kangaroo. They've got brown fur, but they've got like a black face. And they're a beautiful, amazing animal.
Do they bounce around? What's the go?
They bounce around and on the floor. And I was lucky enough to find it on the floor.
Yeah.
I found the mama. She was on the floor and her baby was up in the tree. And she just like hopped away. I followed her and she climbed up another tree.
I bet they're not that big. They're very small.
They're like the size of a wallaby.
Oh, so they're decent size.
Yeah, decent size. They're pretty big. Yeah. It's a kangaroo.
Yeah, because kangaroos are usually big.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good size. Like, they're pretty big.
What was one unexpected wildlife encounter in your traveling so far?
Unexpected.
Yeah.
So I would say when I was in the Blue Mountains once, I was in the Blue Mountains and I got out of my tent because I heard something. You know, at night when you're trying to go to sleep, you hear everything. Yeah, right. I heard something walking outside my tent. So I had to go check it out. I was curious. And I saw a small, actually big, really big brush-tailed possum. Common brush-tailed possum.
That's the one that you see here in Sydney?
Yeah, you see it. They're in most parts of Australia. Very common. It's the largest possum in Australia. And I went outside, I started patting him. He was very friendly. Really? Yeah, he was really friendly. But that's not the animal I'm talking about. I turned on the light just to see him, obviously, patting him and stuff. And then I don't know, the possum just ran away from me, ran up the tree. And I'm thinking, what spooked him? I just touched it.
Yeah.
I was patting him, he was fine. And then I look up right next to me, like there's a tree here. And right next to me on the branch is a massive, powerful owl. Really? Yeah, which is the largest owl in Australia. Wow. Like he was so close to me. And he was just staring at me like this, owls. They are big guys staring at me. Like I could sense his presence before I put the torch on him. Insane. And there's only like maybe 1,000 or 1,500 of these birds left. Wow. There's dangerous one. Yeah, the largest owl in Australia. And he was there because he was trying to hunt the possum.
Yeah.
But then I come out the tent and I'm patting him. He's going to wait for me to leave. But once the possum ran up that tree, later on I saw the owl actually try to swoop him, try to knock him off the tree, try to eat him. Wow. Yeah. And then the possum just started growling. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
That's startling.
They sound pretty scary.
And they're pretty loud as well.
Yeah. They sound different to what they look.
Yeah.
You don't expect that growling.
Yeah.
But definitely that. Yeah.
Well, what colour is the owl? Isn't those brownish?
No, they look great.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, such a unique owl. Like, owls normally have a really big head.
Yeah.
But the powerful owl doesn't have like a big head. It's sort of like a normal size.
Small,
it just looks like a weird owl. It's amazing.
It's kind of how the owls that can turn their head that next round.
Yeah.
Almost 180.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Almost 360.
360, really?
Almost 360, yeah. Insane. And you cannot hear the owl. It's so big. You see its feet, like, so big. But you can't hear it. When it flew, I couldn't hear it up. It's so quiet, so you can sneak up on prey.
Yeah.
It's completely quiet.
And stealth mode.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In terms of camping gear, what's the essentials?
I pack very minimum.
Yeah.
I pack very light. I just need my cameras, my torches. I'll take a tent, change clothes, and some food.
Oh, how do you shower, by the way?
Oh,
you don't shower?
No, I shower, of course. Nah,
we'll do it early.
Nah, you gotta it depends where I am.
Yeah.
I like to camp somewhere where there's warm source.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go for a swim or something like that. But most of the time, I don't go camping for very long.
Yeah.
So I have a few showers and that's it. But yeah, definitely.
Can't use shampoo and stuff. So I heard that you use shampoo, they can smell you from afar.
Yeah, not just that, but I put it in the water.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
If I'm going to a waterfall or something like that, I'm not going to bring soap or detergent or something. Yeah. It's just going to stay there. It's going to affect the animals. It's going to affect the water.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
What's one thing when you're in wildlife? What's that one animal that's annoying, like a pest? Like we spoke about the leashes before. Something similar. What would you say?
I hate leashes, but something similar. An instant question. Obviously, mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Flies are annoying.
There's nothing else, is there? I think leashes is the main one.
There's a lot of annoying things, but
spiders.
Nah, I love spiders.
Yeah.
I don't care. I've had massive spiders in my tent. I just leave them. Because they're gonna eat the bugs, so I just leave them. I prefer a spider just chilling there. That's scary. Then some fly in my ear. So, I don't mind spiders.
Yeah. What else? Snakes.
Yeah, but they're not annoying.
They will get scared of you one day.
Yeah, definitely. The people only get bitten by snakes in Australia when they're trying to catch them.
Yeah.
It's rare that you accidentally get bitten by a snake. It's very rare. So that's why I consider Australia very, very safe.
Yeah.
If a snake sees you, he will slither off. He doesn't want anything to do with it. It's only when you're trying to harass him or trying to grab him that they will bite him.
Well, you didn't see him or he didn't see you, and then just all of a sudden.
But it's rare that they don't see you. They have a very strong scent. So that was smart me from my way.
Yeah. What other animals are there?
Where Cairns?
In terms of Blue Mountains,
like Blue Mountains.
Yeah. And
It's crazy. Like,
I know I see black cockatoos, they're massive.
yeah, it's huge.
Massive, yeah.
And the sound, have you heard?
I haven't heard of them, but I see them fly gracefully.
You have to hear that. That's like half of how cool they are.
Yeah.
It's just the sound.
Yeah.
They sound insane. They have like a wailing, ghostly call.
Yeah.
It just sounds like crying. It sounds like a kid crying.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. They're really loud.
Similar to the white cockatoo?
No, very different. The white cockatoo, like the soft-crested cockatoo, just screams like a dragon or something. But the black cockatoo, it just wails and it cries.
Yeah.
It's so unique.
In terms of cultivation, we'll speak about cultivation now. What's one thing you've noticed or we've learned that are really degrading the nature, like the cultivation is like it's really destroying it.
And so, besides habitat loss, obviously habitat loss is bad. Ferals would be the biggest thing. Biggest thing by far. Like the amount of feral animals that we have in Australia. You would think you're in the UK.
Yeah.
Like you see foxes, you see deers, you see rabbits.
Is deer also feral?
Yeah, 100%. They're one of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very bad. They destroy the native plants. They spread feral plants. They eat up all the grass. They're just terrible. It's terrible.
Out of the feral species, which one's the worst?
Cats. Yeah, cats or rabbits.
Yeah.
But I would say cats.
Whereabouts in Australia do you see the cats the most?
Well, they're pretty much everywhere, man. Feral cats are everywhere. And they get really big. They get really big over the generations. And it's
How big are we talking?
not like a panther. But like they get pretty big because, only the strongest survive.
Yeah.
So they'll evolve to be bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
Some of them are even big enough to take down wallabies.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, like young wallabies, they'll take them down. That's why they're so bad. Even in the suburban areas, when people let their cats out at night, it's very bad for the wildlife because what do cats do? In their instinct, they want to hunt.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, the cats will bring food to their owner.
Yeah.
Mouse. Yeah. But it's bad because when you let them out, they're just killing things for fun. Foxes are bad, don't get me wrong, but foxes don't really kill for fun.
Yeah.
As much as cats. Cats just go out there, kill it, they don't even need it. They got food at home.
Even we spoke about it for the rabbits.
Yeah.
They just eat and eat and eat, and they just reproduce and reproduce.
It's terrible how many there are. There's millions of them.
Yeah.
So many of them.
And it's just like uncontrollable now.
Yeah, like what are you going to do? We spread viruses and stuff, but they are very important. The viruses that we spread, they do work for the most part. But the first one that we released in Australia, they adapted to it.
Yeah, they became resistant.
Yeah, they became resistant.
And then that's the problem. You have to always bring something else.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard to give a definite solution to the feral problem. It's very hard. It's very hard to do with.
Yeah, in terms of education, like we have me, and we have you. You are obviously learned in this field. What's one thing that we miss that you probably learned from? Like it's really important to know something that they don't know, or we don't know that we should have next time we go into nature.
Well, I'm not that smart, but what would I say? Well, I would say how many animals are more important than you think and more endangered than you think. A lot of animals that we take for granted, for example, flying foxes.
Yeah.
We take them for granted.
Yeah.
A lot of people see them and they think they're very common.
Yeah.
They think, it's just a bat, not a big deal, and there's a lot of them. You see them flying around in Sydney, you think there's heaps.
Yeah.
But little do you know, there's supposed to be millions and millions of them.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a lot more. And they're crucial for the environment. Like, they are crucial. If there were no more flying foxes, there would be no more eucalyptus forests.
Yeah.
And turn into a desert.
No blue mountains.
Yeah, there would be no blue mountains because the trees there depend on the foxes pollinating them, and dispersing seeds and stuff like that. So if there's nothing to pollinate the trees, they get
Die off alive, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say that like people just not knowing the different species and how important they are to the environment.
Yeah. And then learning this and then being out there. It's been a good 6 months here.
Yeah, something like that.
What's one thing that you probably learned about Islam through your traveling?
Okay. I'd say how much Allah provides.
Yeah.
That's one part. So, when I pray to God, please let me find the same.
Yeah.
And he listens. And I actually end up finding it. But one of the biggest things is just how everything is created with purpose.
Yeah.
You go out, you look at all these different animals, so many unique different animals, and every single one has a purpose. Everyone was built perfectly to do its job in nature, to do its part, And imagine how many animals are out there that we haven't discovered yet, but God created them.
Yeah.
And they're just out there doing their job.
Like we discovered a funnel web spider.
Yeah.
Saw that one?
Yeah.
And it was literally accidental.
Yeah.
And it's like people have been there probably like thousands of times and they've never encountered this.
Yeah. The deadliest spider in the world rediscovered to be even larger.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy how things that we don't know of the world yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the fact that God, like, such an intelligent designer.
Yeah.
You look at these animals, you go, that can't just happen by itself.
Yeah.
It can't. Every single animal on the planet perfectly built. You're telling me, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Like, look at the platypus.
Yeah. Probably the platypus is great.
Big, webbed feet.
Venomous.
Yeah, venomous.
Yeah. Aquatic mammal.
Yeah.
They go blind in the water. I think it's crazy. And use electromagnetic fields to detect food.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah. When the Europeans first came here and a man found the dead platypus and he brought it to scientists, they didn't believe him. They thought it was a prank.
Yeah.
They said, bro, get this out of here. Like, this looks like a duck sewn onto like a beaver.
Yeah.
They didn't believe it was real. That's how unique it is. But yeah, amazing that.
And that's also very hard to find as well.
They're so hard. They're so hard.
Yeah.
They're so elusive. Like, most of the time they're just underwater.
Yeah.
And they have their burrows on the side of banks, on the river banks.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to see that.
I was watching a documentary where they didn't even end up finding it.
Yeah, they're so hard. Like, you count yourself lucky if you see them.
Yeah.
That's becoming rare.
Yeah, so of course. But so how most part they created things. You're like, you see this animal and you think to yourself, or I think to myself, it's like, well, will I be able to design something like that? If you were given something to design an animal, if you were given an animal to design, you can never make something out of your mind. It's always inspired by something else.
Exactly, yeah.
It's never, ever, ever just from scratch.
Yeah, you can't think of anything by yourself. We can't even think of a new color.
Yeah.
You can't imagine much.
Yeah.
If you were to try to design a new animal, you would be thinking claw. Well, no, claws are already a thing. Fur, no fur.
Yeah.
It's already a thing.
You cannot think of anything else.
Yeah, you can't. And we don't even have robotic birds. We can't even design a flying bird yet. So imagine, God's done it.
Even if the world was to come together, they couldn't even build a fly.
Yeah, we couldn't build anything. We couldn't create life.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it special about nature, because it's nothing that we've built.
Yeah. You know how recently the scientists have said, "Oh, we've brought the dire wolf back from extinction."
Yeah,
you see the dire wolf?
Yeah,
bro, it's 99.95% grey wolf,
and
99.5%,
and just the fur that they've bring back.
It's really It's only like a few dire wolf traits.
Yeah,
but really, it's mainly a grey wolf, and it was birthed by a grey wolf. Yeah, that's why I think the thylacine will never come back through science.
Yeah,
we're never gonna get its DNA and try to complete the DNA, make it 100%. And
it's very
because what's going to give birth to it? A number? That's the closest relative.
Yeah,
it's not going to give birth to it. Yeah. What are you going to do? And we don't even have all the DNA.
Yeah.
If we ever get the thylacine back, it's because we rediscovered it. We found it,
or like the Tasmanian tiger.
That is a dynasty.
Is it?
Yeah, dynasty Tasmanian tiger skin.
Oh,
It's a different name.
oh, okay.
But yeah, I think there's still that.
Yeah, I heard apparently it's something like that. It's like a chance of it being back.
That they're not going to bring it back.
No, it's not like it's still in the wild.
Yeah, I believe that. But they won't bring it back.
Yeah, even what's the other one? Dingoes. They're very dingoes. The dogs. The old dogs. They're very. Aren't they endangered as well?
Yeah, they're becoming rare. I think there's only like 10 to 20,000 of them left.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're not here. They're mostly rural, aren't they?
Yeah. You can find them all over the mainland. They're not in Tasmania at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find them a lot inland.
Are they related to the Tasmanian tiger?
Nah, not at all. No, not at all. No. Tasmanian tigers aren't even dogs. They're not canines.
Oh, they're not?
No. They're the only thing. It's what you call like, they've evolved to be similar to canines. So they've evolved to have canine traits.
Yeah.
But they're marsupial. And canines are just mammals.
Yeah. In terms of content creation, how's it so far? How are you balancing between content creation and actual traveling for yourself?
So I try not to think of it as like a job.
Yeah.
You know, I see it more as I'm bringing people along with me.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it, even though I'm trying to be in the moment and enjoy seeing an animal. I'm also enjoying taking photos and recording myself talking about it. You know, so I don't let it get the best of me that I have to sacrifice a little bit of looking at it in real life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How's the editing?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes I've still got so much content.
Yeah.
I haven't posted. And I have to catch up.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But in terms of content creation, where do you want to take it? What's the goal?
Well, of course, I want to be the biggest there's ever been. Right? I want to be as big as David Attenborough, Big O. Now, that sounds far-fetched, but that's what I want, and I truly believe I'll get there. But beyond that, I have goals of inspiring people, inspiring the youth, inspiring everyday people to appreciate nature.
Yeah.
Because I think as much as it is appreciated, it's also very underappreciated.
Yeah.
Like, not enough people care about nature. We're so disconnected in the world we live in today. We're so disconnected from it. This is why there's so much depression.
Yeah.
People are completely disconnected from nature.
And we don't know how much we're losing.
Yeah. We don't realize how much we're losing. We don't realize how important it is to our standard of living.
Yeah.
Like, we try to just enjoy ourselves in the city and not think about nature, but you wouldn't be living that life without nature.
Even in the cities, they're trying to integrate nature into it, like parks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's where you find where you can break away from the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because you need it. You need it in nature. You know, when I'm out here by myself, you reconnect so much, not only with nature, but you reconnect with yourself because of nature. When there's no reception, your phone's dead, there's no battery, no one to talk to. There's no dopamine.
Yeah, there's
no like dopamine. Yeah, there's no rules. Like, you know what I mean? You have to get dopamine from nature.
Yeah.
So you're so calm. You're thinking. You have like inner thoughts constantly in your own head. But it's really healthy because you really start to gain an understanding of who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So different to when you're here. There's hustle and bustle, talking to people,
and the reflection that you have from it, how much you reflect. Literally, because you have nothing else but to reflect.
Yeah, exactly.
What you said. What's the most surprising feedback or interaction you had with your audience on social media?
I mean, there's a lot, but firstly, I was surprised how many people were supportive.
Yeah,
strangers and people I know. When I started that, I was thinking to myself a bit in the back of my head, like, people are going to think I'm weird.
Yeah.
Especially people I knew from school.
Yeah.
No one would expect this from me. I was not like into nature at that time at all. So I was expecting like a lot of people to not care. But I got so much support and family, friends, and even strangers, often strangers.
Yeah.
So much support, more than I thought. Every day I have people reaching out to me saying, it's amazing what you do, bro. Like, keep it up. This is amazing content. I love it. And that's what keeps it going.
Yeah.
But another thing is I do get hate.
Yeah.
Actually, like there's a lot of racism.
Yeah, really.
I was surprised. Yeah, I didn't think I would experience that, but there's a lot of racism.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't let it get to me, but
Can't get the way.
people always tell you get out of the country and all this stuff.
Yeah, and haters gonna hate, you know.
I'm like, I'm making content
Yeah.
about Australian animals, native animals, and I'm trying to raise awareness for these animals, talk about nature,
Yeah.
and you're still getting angry at me,
Yeah.
talking about Australia. What have you done for Australia?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But I don't care. I don't mind it because I know a lot of people support it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. In terms of what you want people to know about nature, or you wish they knew about nature, what would that be?
How much they need it.
Yeah.
How much they need nature in their everyday life. Like, you need to get away from the house and bustle. You know, I think I recommend every person at least once go for like a solid solo camping trip.
Yeah.
Like at least a week by yourself, completely isolated. You learn so much about yourself, and you just realize how full on life is when you come back from being isolated. You'll realize there's so much noise, just so much hustle and bustle, so much talking.
Yeah.
You know?
Just a break from the.
Yeah, and this is why so many people are depressed.
Yeah. You don't hear the birds anymore in the morning.
Yeah. I think it's so important for people to appreciate the little things in life. You need to get out there and like truly try to appreciate the smallest things. And that's how you can be truly happy.
Yeah.
Like really go out there and appreciate that you hear birds in the morning.
Yeah.
Appreciate that there's a cool breeze. Appreciate the little things in life. A lot of people don't get that. You know, a lot of people in European countries and stuff, they don't have access to the animals we have here. That, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people in countries, there's a lot of pollution, and we have access to fresh air.
Yeah.
But even those things should be appreciated. We live in such a beautiful planet.
It's so beautiful. Like the way almost created everything.
Yeah, it's so biodiverse.
It's so biodiverse.
And the things
it's like the kiwi, from the kiwi animal to like literally the anaconda snake.
Yeah.
How things are perfectly created, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
The main question now, one that you got to think about, what's one thing you've learned about yourself while traveling so far?
Well, it's a good question because you learn so much about yourself.
Yeah.
You learn so much. You find out who you are, what you're made of. You know, when I go out here at night, when I go to places that are really, really far from civilization, and I'm completely alone, no reception, can't call anyone, can't talk to anyone.
Yeah.
That's when you find out who you are in terms of like you're talking to yourself, right? Of course, you're in your own head. Yeah, you're talking to yourself. You really reconnect the bond.
Yeah,
with yourself.
Yeah,
it's weird to think of, but when you grow up and there's so much going on and hustle and bustle, you know, you're not talking to yourself. You don't get to know who you are.
Yeah,
but when you get out there and you're by yourself, that's when
when time stops, literally.
Yeah, and you connect with God as well, because when there's no one there, you know that there's only God watching you.
Yeah,
and you're there with His creation, all the animals are surrounding you and stuff. So I think, there's just you can't describe a feeling.
Yeah.
You know? I also found out how brave I am, I would say. Like, even when I'm scared, even when I don't want to do it, I have to go out there when it's cold and
it's dark, man.
It's dark, scary and stuff. Like, I get scared, but you just got to do it.
Yeah, just like you hear a noise and you're inside your tent. You opens the tent and looks outside. It's like the horror movies, you know?
Yeah. I've got to do it, but I get too curious.
Yeah, you see someone like killer, and they go to the killer instead of running away from the killer. What's going on here? Like, it's just run away from them.
I'll see some weird stuff in the bush.
Bro. Yeah, you see some scary stuff as well because just picture that you're literally in the midst of nature.
Yeah, like, did you see the story I had about the guy I ran into?
No,
in the rainforest.
No,
bro. I was like, I think I was in the Daintree. I was in like that area, the wet tropics spot. I think I was in the Daintree rainforest. I was deep in the Daintree rainforest.
Yeah,
like very far from society.
Yeah,
and I'm doing my thing. I'm searching around. I've got the flashlight out, got my headlamp on. I'm just searching for animals, doing my thing. Then I pan my torch to the left, and I see a person walking towards me.
No way.
Yeah. And I was like so thrown off. But, I snapped out of it. I was like, oh, sorry, man. Didn't mean to put the light in your eye, And then he keeps walking. He keeps walking towards me. He was further, and he just kept walking towards me. And then I realized, how is this guy seeing right now? He can't see. There's no moon out, by the way. The moon's not out. So there's zero light here, beside to me. So I told him, I was like, bro, how are you seeing right now?
Yeah.
How can you see? And he stopped. He stopped right in front of me. He turned to me. Bro, he just said the weirdest stuff. I don't even know how to explain it. He said because Arnold Schwarzenegger gave him the strength to do it. And he started just yapping. His eyes were wide open. He was like an old man.
Yeah.
He was in his 70s, long white hair, long white beard. And he just kept going on to me for 5 minutes solid, talking to me. I can't even recall what he was saying. He was just, his eyes wide open like this, and he's just yapping to me. And I don't know what he said. I just ignored him.
I'm like, thank you.
And then, I was waiting for him. I was just not mad. Yeah. And then he said, anyways, have a good night. Really, barefoot, by the way, in the middle of the night. I don't know if it was a crackhead or if he had something mentally wrong with him.
I've been in a gym, man. You never know.
I don't think that's true. You can't say that. No, maybe he's just had a mental issue.
Yeah, probably.
Cut him some slack,
Yeah. Anyways, before we wrap it off, give you the quick questions. You just have to answer the information needed.
All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Favorite Australian animal?
Channel-billed cuckoo.
Really? Most challenging terrain?
Yes. South Australia. The desert in South Australia. Gorgeous.
Greatest snack in the wild?
Oak bar.
Wait, bro. Favorite place that you've been so far?
Cairns. Wet Tropics.
Dream destination to travel?
The chocolate region of Colombia.
Fun, man.
The rainiest part of the world.
Really fun. That's pretty good. I think that's about it. I think that's all the questions I've got.
Yes.
But yeah, Zach, for coming in.
Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
That's who you in the future. Why do you travel the world?
Yeah, 100%.
Once you're a bit more famous.
Get there soon.
I will get that soon, inshallah. We will make sure as well. In more traditions. And then inshallah. But yeah, I think that's it.
Easy, bro. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, come on. Very much.
Oh, mate. Oh, it's such a